pretty exciting stuff going on here. I've never come very far west. I've only ever really done the east coast, and we're now stopped at Kimba, which is literally halfway across Australia. This road heads towards the Nullarbor, so this is like one of the main towns going across out to WA. So we drove from Smoky Bay across the top of the Eyre Peninsula and stayed in Ceduna, and then today we checked out Smoky Bay and we've decided to stay at a nice campsite called Point Brown. There's a lot of free camping. It's just all the way along the point, just at the sand dunes. As you can see, there's just a lot of spots. There's heaps of caravans driving in. It's really accessible for a lot of vehicles, a lot of motorhomes and stuff are in here too. It is sand, it is on dirt, so just be a little bit wary. It is a cracking campsite, so just turn around and have a look at what we're camping near. We had a bit of a slower morning than we expected. This morning we had a few unexpected guests, which were mice running around the car. So it took us a little while to get that sorted and get them out and clean all that poo out. We're travelling from west to east along the Eyre Peninsula. So what did we end up doing today? We only had a few hours. So
yeah, we didn't have long, so we left from Smoky Bay and making our way to Venus Bay tonight to stay. We're currently at the Point Labatt Conservation Area where there's a colony of Australian sea lions.
Is it the only colony?
The only colony.
Of permanent sea lions?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and there must be a massive swell rolling in as well, because there is waves everywhere, all down the coast. There's heaps of surfers out. They're absolutely loving it. It looks really good. I kind of wish I had my surfboard, but as this was kind of a spare of the moment trip, didn't really think about it. There's breaks absolutely everywhere, so a lot of reefs. Have a look at over this side. There's just breaks absolutely everywhere, and it's crazy to think that there's hardly anyone out. Like Sydney, oh, this would be absolutely packed. So sea lions are down there. There's maybe a dozen of them right down there. Haystacks, which are actually inselbergs, and apparently they were formed about 1,500 million years ago, and they only started looking like this 100,000 years ago. And it's pretty weird. We're in the middle of a paddock. There's nothing else around. And suddenly you got these pretty crazy rock formations. This is Talia's cave, and I'll turn around now. It's a bit hard to see on GoPro, but it's massive. It's absolutely huge, and it's crazy to think that like we're literally parked right on top here. So I'm literally standing on top of the cave. So just round from Talia's cave, just round to the right, there's all these little pools. They call them the bathtub pools. Obviously, they look like bathtubs. Like this one here is almost, I reckon if I was to get in that, it'd be over like almost 1.5 meters, 2 meters deep. One thing to be wary of coming out here is that it is tidal, so you just got to make sure you clean your tides. So obviously the waves wash up the rocks and then fill in the pools with fresh salt water. So just make sure when you plan to come out here that you sort of plan around the tides, because you come in from over near the rocks over here, and that does get quite cut off from the tides. Put up to camp a little bit earlier today in Port Lincoln. It's a bit of average weather, so cracked out some cheese and dip, some crackers, and just on the caravan park down in Port Lincoln, and we just got an unpowered site, and this is right down in the corner, nice flat ground, and that's our view for the afternoon. We're cooking up some lamb Rogan Josh, I think it is. We'll see how that goes tonight. Just walking into the silo art at Tumby Bay. This is where they put all the grain from the farms around, and someone's gone to absolute town and done some artwork on them, which is pretty impressive considering they're bloody huge.